The Versace better win. Come real far, but don't know where I'm heading. Motherfucking Crocodile of Wall Street.
What is going on here? First of all, looking at any city press for the latest on Heather Morgan. Of course, we know that after the arrest, they of course now need to be tried in court, and so that's what's happening around about that now time. We're going to be seeing more of this happen over the next few weeks, but let's go over it. We anticipate recording the Atlantic's appearance home in California today, but to get it might take weeks. We want to put it in an affidavit. Judge Merriweather, I need to coordinate. We'll look into it. So Monday, yes. Clerk, Monday the 28th at 2 p.m. for Miss Morgan. If she's still in custody, we'll send the info to where she is. Anything else, no, adjourned, story later. So as he says, story later, and essentially over the next few days we will start to see maybe some stuff picking up, and of course Web3 will be covering everything happening with that. That being said, now that you have an idea of what's happening there, and of course if you're not aware, with Heather Morgan's husband Ilya Dutch Lichtenstein, he has of course remained in federal custody as to my knowledge is concerned, at least. That being said, let's have a look at what's going on with Hollywood, because they are definitely having their journeys being documented in some ways. Hollywood ready to invest in story of alleged Bitcoin bandit. Heather Morgan, one half of the now infamous Bitcoin Bonnie and Clyde, the eccentric Manhattan couple arrested February 8th for allegedly trying to launder 3.6 billion USD in stolen crypto, is holed up in a 1.5 million FIDI 2-bedroom. But she might want to answer her phones because Hollywood is calling. As of publication, her voicemail was full. Moving at the warp speed of crypto valuation itself, her outrageous story has in just weeks inspired 2 documentaries and a scripted TV series. A lot of people have been trying to come up with a way to tell a story about crypto and the world we live in today, said Nick Bilton, who is co-exec producing a Netflix documentary with Chris Smith. We have made a video about this, and of course he did work on the Fire, the Greatest Party That Never Happened documentary as well. It's hard to tell it through technology, you want to tell it through human characters. Heather and Ilya are the most human. Part of the story's appeal is how unlikely they appeared for a major heist, but also how truly odd Morgan, who rapped under the name Razzle Khan, seems. This isn't a huge surprise to me. At the end of the day, companies, these entertainment companies, they need IP to go off, and realistically stories like this are definitely extraordinary, right? The 31-year-old is a detention memo describes her spitting at least one verse that now seems uncannily revelatory. Spear, fish, your password, have all your funds transferred. I think she's broken. Built instead of Morgan, who identifies as a journalist, entrepreneur, and international economist. In high school, she was made fun of her voice. She did the rap stuff as a way of dealing with her own anxiety and insecurity. Putting aside the crime, I think she had a tough go at it. She tried really hard to fit in and was probably overcompensating. Now, of course, that is definitely a personal opinion, but honestly, you might be wondering, how does he know that? Well, my guess is that there is a wealth of library that Heather Morgan has posted prior to her arrest on YouTube, on TikTok, on different news channels, etc., where she has spoken about her life story. She's spoken about what's happened, how she feels about stuff, and we have in fact covered this. If you want to see more of that, of course, you can check the rest out of it on this channel, but this is why I understand them getting into this, because again, it's a really intriguing storyline to say the least. Self-proclaimed Crocodile of Wall Street as well, the name, it works. Heather Morgan is now at home out on bail, where neighbors say she was an unassuming but an unusual dresser. Forbes Entertainment, in collaboration with Entertainment One, will also produce a documentary about Morgan and her husband Ilya Dutch Lichtenstein, 34, based on the publication's own reporting, as well as a scripted TV series. Between 2017 and 2021, Morgan freelanced for one of Forbes' female-oriented verticals, Forbes Women. Ironically, on her bio there, she describes herself as a reverse engineering black markets to think of better ways to combat fraud and cybercrime. If you would like to see that, obviously you can search up on Google, but we have also made a video actually reading out the entire thing, covering it, thinking about what she's talking about here. Between 2017 and 2021, I've already read that. The various productions will aim to uncover how she and her husband ended up with at least $95,000 Bitcoin allegedly hacked from the Hong Kong exchange Bitfinex in 2016. Because remember, we don't have any proof that they were the hackers. All we have right now is some alleged proof as such, some alleged documents and stuff that shows that it looks like they will have potentially allegedly laundered this Bitcoin, right? The couple who did not enter a plea do not face charges for masterminding the heist. An additional 25,000 coins remains at large. By the time investigators caught up with Morgan and Lichtenstein, 2.9 million USD had allegedly already been laundered, and the couple seem ready to light out for Eastern Europe, complete with 40,000 USD in cash, which we have even seen that on our own videos where we've shown the evidence that the DOJ has released, complete with 40k in cash in a number of fake IDs in a bag labeled burner phone, which again we also looked at. In fact, it's in the thumbnail, I believe, of one of the videos. Bilton said that part of his research will look at the psychological impact of sitting on all that hot crypto, especially in light of the value jacking up from 71 million USD, of course, to the multi-billion today dollar total. Did they steal a Ferrari and turn it into a 747? Was that stressful? Was that exciting? Does it turn you into a rapper? Imagine having a sum of money to launder that keeps going up. Outside the couple's austere apartment building, which was once part of a Hyatt hotel, a tenant called Encountering Morgan, who favoured hennaed hands, which we have also looked at, metallic looking jackets and strategically torn pants. In the elevator, I saw her dressing differently from the other people here and not really saying much. She had a distinct fashion style, but they were totally unassuming. And these, of course, were people who lived around them. Nothing about how they present online or what has been said about them feels consistent with people who would be able to launder billions of dollars in cryptocurrency. This is the person who's actually going to be producing this project. And one thing I'm not sure that they're actually going to mention here, so I'll mention it right now, is that not only has Forbes Entertainment One decided to pick this up, Netflix themselves have decided to pick this up. Netflix announced their intentions literally a few days after the arrests of Heather Morgan and Ilya Lichtenstein. We even covered that as well if you would like to look more into it. Bilton believes there is much more to has been revealed. I feel there has been a shotgun rush to judge and make fun of them, pull back the lawyers and see either Heather is a sweet person. To me, it feels like a more of a human story that goes beyond making fun of her rap and making fun of him eating cat food. I actually haven't seen that part. According to Rolling Stone, Lichtenstein was seen on Morgan's TikTok explaining how he tested their Bengal at closest food to make sure it was up to par. Now that I think about it, I have seen this. As for Lichtenstein, who founded an online ad data company called MixRank, Bilton is a bit less sure. He's more of an enigma. He worked in tech and did not make hundreds of millions of dollars, but was relatively successful. Now we have even seen them talk in a podcast together, which we've even looked at on this channel, where their sales folk company and the MixRank company is that they're working together basically. Following their bust, Morgan is out of jail and under house arrest. Lichtenstein, a Russian emigrant, is being held as a flight risk. A judge believed him to be skillful at crafting false identities and moving around money, which kaboshed his opportunity to chill with his wife in their apartment. The Zulu values at 1.5 million USD, and according to a 2018 City Realting listing, once came with hotel amenities such as room service and housekeeping. A doorman told the Post that this is no longer the case. As per real estate records obtained by the Post, the couple are renting their condo, which according to NY Magazine is decorated with animal pelts and taxidermy alligator head, which we have in fact shown on this channel. The first tenant said the arrest was particularly shocking because of the building's discretion. People who live here don't invite each other to parties and socialize or talk about one another. Their filmic interest in this story is moving as fast as the news cycle does not surprise Bilton, a Vanity Fair special correspondent. 20 years ago, this would have been a 20,000 word story in the New Yorker, but we don't do this anymore. The new 20,000 word magazine feature is a multi-part documentary. That is very true. With that being said, if you would like to see what we've been talking about, I've said that we've covered a lot of it, and you might not be sure where to find that. Simply type in Web3 and Razzlecard, and you'll see, in fact, I've made a playlist for all the information that we've looked at. With that being said, for everything happening here in this case, whether it's in crypto, NFTs, metaverse, this is the web channel covering everything on that list. So if you want to know everything happening, subscribe for everything going on. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next Web3 video.